Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Tetcher, and welcome to the Go4Heroes Cup number 30. I am solo casting purely on local recording today because all the other casters are busy either being lazy, in the case of some casters, or casting the MSI stuff. I am not casting the MSI stuff, so I am here doing this. So, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the team on the left-hand side in the blue trunks. It is the newly renamed and organisation picked up Team ROCCAT. And starting in the mid lane on the Abathur, we have Hasuobs playing the Illidan. It is Chris playing the Johanna, who's running away from me. It is Soke, and in the bot lane, playing the Sylvanas is Shadowmare, and playing the Brightwing, it is Sport Billy. And on the right hand side, their opponents, playing the Lost Vikings in the top and mid lanes, it is Ajira. I'm going to go with Ajira, sounds good. Playing the Valor in the mid lane, it is TRQR, who we shall call Turkur. I like Turkur. And in the bot lane, playing the Muradin, it is Drogiz. Playing the Jada, it is Kusaka, or Kusaka, I like Kusaka. And playing the Rhaegar, it is Darrow, formerly from Against All Authority. So, what we see here, Olaf just chilling in the top lane, soaking up XP for his team, so Brightwing, not Brightwing, sorry, Valor has a little bit of support in this mid lane. She is, however, under a bit of attack, but Vikings can drop a little bit, but the evasion blocks pretty much all of it, so Illidan able to get some very nice harass there. Bot lane being pushed up very nicely, despite there being a Sylvanas here. Brightwing and Sylvanas will be able to sustain this, but with Jaina's incredible wave clear, we're going to see ROCCAT have a bit of trouble dealing with this lane in general. In the Dark Hole, just going to be pushing this up as much as they can for the moment. Mid lane, once again, Valor's staying quite far back. She's just dropping auto attacks onto Chris whenever possible. And Chris just looking for any opportunity to harass. Once he hits that level 4 and gets the immolation, he can dive in, do a little bit of damage to the Vikings that way. But for now, just only attacking when he has his evasion up, only getting harassed that way. In the top lane, did see an assist ping. Looks like it was from Olaf, due to the fact that his lane is being pushed up very, very hard. We're hearing a Brightwing teleport. Where was that? That was to the mid lane, which is pretty bad, actually, because Shadowmare is currently left here on its own, and Valor has roamed down here. There's the stun from Muradin. Valor comes in with the burst damage, and Shadowmare gets taken out by the Hungering Arrow. That is first blood going over to In the Dark Hole, and Valor immediately dismounted via an Abathur mine. Very unfortunate for her there. She's able to clear out another one, though, before it does get her. Olaf actually doing a fair amount of damage here to Soke, but in the meantime, Soke has taken out almost all of these buildings. They're all super low, just on his own. Some great pushing work here, especially with that Knight takes form, which allows him to clear waves very quickly and gets both towers and the gate straight away. We're even seeing another Viking on his way up, Eric, coming up here to help. They do have spin to win. We did just see it there, but Soke has already regained most of his health back. And yeah, that Knight takes spawn, incredible when it comes to the lane pushing. And that, however, does leave Balog on his own. The middle range non-sustainy Viking left in the mid lane to fend for himself, and because of that he's having real trouble. He will be able to clear this lane though pretty quickly, but right now he is heading down to the bot lane just to make sure that his team can get the split XP, and so that Muradin can come up to help with this tribute, and we will see him heading up now. No, it looks like he's going to stay bot due to the fact that Sylvanas is also staying bot just to get the XP. Tribute has now spawned, and it doesn't look like we're going to see ROCCAT contest it at all. Oh no, here comes Soke. Does get the shield glare off, able to stop Valor for a bit, but no one else is coming to interrupt. Balog does get taken down in the bot lane. Wasn't really able to do too much there, but the tribute does go over to In the Dark Hole. This is a fairly ROCCAT style, though. They usually leave the first tribute, don't really care too much about it. Due to the fact that they can sometimes get some nice cheeky XP here. Soke taking a lot of duress, getting slowed by Jada quite a lot, but with the Brightwing teleport and the protective shield coming down, Soke is going to be fine. And his Law of Hope will be off cooldown in 48 seconds. He's not going to bother waiting for that or using its passive health regen to come up. He's going to go back, get some mana. Brightwing soaking his lane. He is fine. Abathur soaking the mid lane, so ROCCAT not losing anything there, and he's in fact forced Rhaegar to be out of here because he's in a bit of trouble. Bot lane, the Ford is being pushed pretty hard here, and we have 3 members, 2 Vikings and a Muradin here, trying to deal with this. And they have pushed it back for now, but with Sylvanas Illidan, especially now that Immolation is on the Illidan, it's going to be very difficult for In the Dark Hole to deal with. Second tribute once again spawning in the top lane, this time a bit more beneficial to the team of ROCCAT, as they have 2 members up here already. And the Abathur can TP in, and they're keeping a lot of members busy in the bot lane. They are going to get the first fort of the game, but Shadowmare does get stunned. In comes the Valor with the burst damage, tries the Haunting Wave. Duke actually runs straight into Rhaegar, and he takes her down. Jaina was also killed, though, up in this top lane. And that is a 1-for-1 trade, and this will allow ROCCAT to get the tribute due to the fact that the entirety of InTheDarkHole have gone down to this bot lane to try and pick off Sylvanas, and that does even up the tribute count. Level advantage still in favour of ROCCAT, despite the lost Viking soak, due to the fact that they've been able to get a single extra kill, and they've been a little more aggressive on the map with their Abathur for soaking in that way. Olaf taking a lot of damage here, getting dropped very low. He does well, never mind, he is dead. I was going to say he has jump off cooldown, but he didn't have it off cooldown. Either way, he's dead now. Jaina is trying to deal with this, just trying to push back Soke, but Soke is not caring at all. He's finally going to back up, as he's worried that maybe Jaina's friends are coming in, but it was a bait. In comes Sport Billy. They're going to burst it down. There's the polymorph, and Jaina does get annihilated there. Illidan arriving just in time to not help, but he runs into Valor and Muradin. He's trying to attack him. He has Abathur on his head, so we can go pretty aggressive here. And seeing as they have vision of Rhaegar, they don't have any idea where they are the Lost Vikings, and they could maybe fight with them anyway, but not going to try it. They now have vision of the Lost Vikings, so they run into 2 of them there, and Olaf is in the bot lane helping that clear. Having a look at the heroics, we had the Blessed Shield coming in from the Johanna, the more standard talent. We had the Metamorphosis again from Illidan, once again fairly standard. Soke once again going super aggressive here, going to try and take down Valor. Jaina coming in will drop a bit of harass, but it's too late. ROCCAT already have the tribute, and the fact they have their level 10s is going to mean that InTheDarkHole are not going to go too aggressive to try and contest. Just going to stay, split up, and defend. We have the 2 Vikings up here. They were trying to defend, but the fact is, this Viking player has to micro, and this monstrosity does a lot of damage and can actually harass the Vikings out of lane pretty well. And it looks like with Abathur's help, they're probably going to get this. There's a shield. He's going to try and attack the Vikings a bit. Minion wave will die, so this fort will live for a little bit longer. Monstrosity getting chased down here by sprinting Vikings. 2 more attacks from Eric should do it. Nope, it does get away. It can't fountain though, so he's just going to like park it. And it's just going to push up and unfortunately die. Meantime, InTheDarkHole did just grab their boss, and so did ROCCAT. So they're both going to be pushing that up pretty quickly. And I apologise for my camera work. I'm not really used to controlling the camera too much on my own, but I will try to keep an eye out. Heroics are available for the side of InTheDarkHole as well. We have standard stuff: Avatar, Rain of Vengeance, Ancestral Healing, the Long Boat Raid, soon to be nerfed, sad times all around, and the Summon Water Elemental. Currently, we do see basically the entire team of InTheDarkHole coming down, including the rest of the Vikings, to grab this tribute and prevent ROCCAT from getting the first curse of the game. ROCCAT also on their way. They're not going to be there in time though. Valor going to be able to pick that up and get the score up to 2-2 in terms of tributes. In the meantime, ROCCAT's boss wiped out both the towers in this bot lane, and the InTheDarkHole boss only got the fort down to half health. No mule coming in from the Abathur here, or the Brightwing. Abathur going instead for the Needlespine, getting that extra damage. And we see ROCCAT backing up here, playing a little safer. Don't want to get picked off. InTheDarkHole though, staying grouped as a team. They currently still have minions in this bot lane who have done quite a bit of damage to the fort, but they're not going to do too much. Sorry, it's the keep at that level. Haunting Wave coming in from Shadowmare is able to freeze the minion wave a little and allows them to clear it up pretty quickly. In the meantime, the rest of the team was doing bruiser camps. Siege Giant camp up in this top lane, supported by Abathur, will push up, and InTheDarkHole, they are charging up, but I do not think they're going to get there in time to prevent this fort from going down. Down it goes. And that is 2 out of 3 forts down for InTheDarkHole. ROCCAT going to continue pushing up. They're going to try and get the third here. And looks like they're definitely going to. We're seeing InTheDarkHole all roaming down, but they're going to be too late. Half health. Jaina's the slowest here, and she is one of the ones with the best zoning, and there's a bruiser camp here as well. Being dropped low, we're going to see ROCCAT though back up. They're not going to take the risk. Minions will probably be enough to finish this off, and that is all 3 forts down. And ROCCAT just going to take area control of this tribute area. In they go. Soke and Illidan diving onto the back line of InTheDarkHole here. Soke does get stunned, but he's going to continue pushing forward with his passive. Illidan's in the backline on Valor. He's able to take her down. He's now onto Jada, takes her down too. The Vikings killed out of their longbows by Shadowmare. He's going to now join his team and try and take down this Rhaegar, but Rhaegar is already out. Now the Vikings are trapped on the wrong side. We're going to see the sprint, but Olaf is too slow. He is frozen on the other side. Muradin dived in too deep. He's able to... Rhaegar does go down. Muradin won't join him. Nice jump there for freedom. And the other two Vikings sprinted themselves away earlier. Chris going to be grabbing that tribute and gives his team the first curse of the game. And they're going to make the most of that. They have 2 and a bit people dead. So ROCCAT are going to push this up as quick as they can before those revive timers are up. Jaina is now back alive. Valor also alive. Rhaegar will be joining them soon. ROCCAT just making the most of this as quick as they can, trying to take down the towers, and they do get them. Now going to be making their way, looks like to the mercenaries, maybe the bot lane. Shadowmare should be able to take these down pretty quickly. He went with the wind as opposed to the barbed shot, which a lot of people are taking these days. But he's still, Sylvanas able to take the mercenaries pretty quickly. We're actually seeing Jaina here taking the improved Ice Block talent on the level 13. Due to the fact that there is so much engage potential coming in from the Illidan and the Johanna, she can maybe Ice Block the Blessed Shield. Now we're seeing InTheDarkHole moving forward. Looks like they want to maybe try and catch someone out. Olaf is on his own up in this top lane, so there's no longboat raid. Johanna comes in with the stun into the Metamorphosis, catches everyone. Nice ancestral healing there onto Jada, but it's not enough. She gets taken down. Illidan diving over the fort, trying to take down Muradin here. He's sticking onto him. Avatar pops to try and keep him alive. Illidan's still going for this. He turns onto Valor instantly. Valor gets a lightning shield, and it's not enough to keep her alive. Chris going to continue to do damage here. He's now going to move onto the keep, the longboat raid. Unable to do anything here. No deaths on the side of ROCCAT here. Completely comfortable to move onto this bottom keep as well, and they will take that down. Stun lands onto Shadowmare. There's too many people in between Drogiz and Shadowmare, so they're not going to be able to get him. And ROCCAT, their work here is done. They've already pushed up as much as they need to. They're going to move back, clear some mercenaries, and clear the minion waves, get health, get mana. They are in a very comfortable position right now. They can basically go and do what they want, and it looks like what they want is this boss that will be spawning in 12 seconds. Illidan with the dance there, yes. Very, very nice, and with the Shando Illidan skin, which is very cool. Johanna making her way, and there's the boss, perfect timing, and they're going to start on that, clear that as quick as possible. InTheDarkHole though, just grabbing their bruiser camp, doing what they can. Their boss will be up in 5 seconds. They could try to do it, but it would be very risky. They do not currently know where ROCCAT are. You can still see the siege damage numbers on the tab menu, so you can tell that way, but it's going to be removed from the game soon, so they can still do it for now. So they're trying to do their boss. They probably did realise that ROCCAT were doing theirs, but now that this boss has popped, ROCCAT are just heading straight for the InTheDarkHole boss, and they're going to try and steal it. Soke just running straight into the circle area, and he does get it. An immediate wipe. A lot of players go down. We're seeing Muradin go down. A lot of the Vikings did just die, and Jada ice blocking herself into a complete surround out of ROCCAT, and they're able to get the kills and get the boss. Only Rhaegar left alive. He was able to escape, but there is a boss pushing down this bot lane. It's on pretty much full health. It will be going for the core, and we're seeing the rest of ROCCAT and another boss and a monstrosity pushing down this top lane and going for the core. Illidan and Brightwing already on the core. Johanna joining them. Shadowmare just helping their top lane boss deal with that fort, and they're just going to be going for the core now. There's very little that InTheDarkHole can do, and this is going to be GG, and ROCCAT will be moving on to the round of 32. Super well played by them, dominating fashion, a 4-level lead for them at the end of that game. Very well played, and I'm going to quickly tab out and refresh the bracket to see if we have an opponent for them. Let's have a look. ROCCAT. I have lost ROCCAT. I have completely lost ROCCAT. Hold up, there we go. They're either going to be playing against Kappa 123 or Enro Griffins. And I did get a poke, which is why I'm in this particular game, from someone in the caster channel. Tazdingo from Team Nihilum pointed out that Kappa 123 is a Major League team who will likely be facing against ROCCAT quite soon. So that could be quite interesting to see. A little preliminary battle coming out of those two. But we'll see. Kappa 123 could still lose to the Enro Griffins, and then it would be ROCCAT versus them. So we will find out in a bit. For now, though, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.